Hi guys, and welcome to a guide of how to rig a laser here at Community Boating. Step one is going to be your plugs. There's going to be a plug at the stern of the boat that you screw in, and there's going to be a second plug in the lower deck of the boat that you plug in. The next step is going to be your mast assembly. There's two parts of a mast for a laser. There's an upper, which is pictured here, and a lower, which is pictured here. You know a lower because it has the boom vang and the downhaul already attached to the lower. To put these two together, the lower has a hole at the top, and you just place the upper into that hole. It's a pretty easy process. Your next step is going to be getting a sail. We have two types of sails in the adult program here at CBI. We have full sails, which are symbolized by an F, as pictured here, and radial sails that are symbolized by the letter R, as shown here. Your luff of the sail is actually open and will go through your upper and lower to put the sail onto the boat. It's a little bit of a different process as compared to any of the other boats we have. But at the end, it should look something like this. You should have the sail all straight, pointed to one direction, and that'd be the same direction that you will be attaching the boom to. When stepping the mast, just be careful of anyone that could be around you or other boats, as it's somewhat of a challenging thing and the masts are quite high. The mast should slot right into your mast step on your laser. Make sure that none of your ropes are caught between the mast step and your mast. After that, you will get a boom. Booms are pictured here. They have the outhaul as well as some of the pulleys that will be used later for the main sheet. The lowers and booms are always put together in the same slot, and on them it'll say full or radial. So if you're taking a full sail, you'll obviously take a full lower and boom, as with the radials, as they are different. Your boom attachment is fairly simple. It'll slot right in. Just make sure you have it the right way up, and you can do that by looking at where the vang is going to be. Your next step will be the vang attachment. You'll just attach the vang, make sure it is loose in order for you to get your outhaul assembled. Your outhaul is the next step. You'll take your outhaul, put it through your sail first. You will then put the outhaul rope around the boom and back through your sail. This is making sure that it stays close to your boom. You will then take your outhaul rope and put it around the block at the stern of the boom. Make sure that this is tight, although you can tighten it later as well. Then you will walk your outhaul up, put the rope through the jam cleat, and do a stopper knot. Next is your downhaul. Make sure that your downhaul always stays on the same side of the boom. You'll put your downhaul through the sail, back through the loop that is already on the downhaul. You will then put the downhaul back through the sail. Make sure that all the lines aren't tangled or anything like that. Make sure that your downhaul is fairly tight, as this is what's keeping your sail predominantly attached to your mast. You will then place your downhaul through a certain system. Some boats have a jam cleat system like this. Some of the other ones look a little bit differently, like so. It'll work the same, just looks a little bit different. The next step is going to be putting on the main sheet. The main sheet is found in a bucket where your dagger boards are kept. For your main sheet, you will start by putting it through the pulley at the stern of the boom. You're going to put it back to front as pictured here. You're then going to put a stopper knot. You can either do an 8-knot or do a barrel knot in this video. And then you're going to bring it through the pulley on the stern of your boat, doing this as well as back to front. You want to make sure that this is done properly and that it's not tangled at the end, as that will affect your sailing ability. You want it to look like this at the end, so there's no kind of tangles or anything like that. Please make sure you pull the rope through all the way to also eliminate any knots being accidentally in your main sheet. Once you've done that, you'll then be pulling the rope back to front again through the top part of that same pulley that you started with. After that, there'll be either a kind of band or a hook that you can put your main sheet through, then it'll go through another pulley, like where a main sheet would be for a Mercury. Your rope will then go to your last pulley on your deck, and make sure to put it into the correct version so that when you pull on the main sheet, you hear a click from the pulley. You'll then pull it all the way through to eliminate any knots again being in your main sheet. Once you've pulled your main sheet through, just do a stopper knot at the end to make sure that your main sheet doesn't come out. After all this is done, you can then splash your boat. Please do this safely. When your boat is splashed, you're going to be attaching a rudder. We're doing this on land just for demonstration purposes. For your rudder, make sure it goes under the rope in the complete back of your boat. The rudder just slots right in, and then you have a line that you will attach to the top ring in the rudder to stop it from getting out, just more as a safety system. The dagger boards or center boards are next. Also do this when splashed. They will just slot in, and there will be a clip to clip the rope on the front of your dagger board to your boat. So just in case if you turtle or capsize, that dagger board doesn't become free. After that, you have done it. You can go and sail. Just wanted to point out some of the differences. This is one of the hulls that's a little bit older that we have. Still very similar, but you just have to make sure you understand the differences here. This is our newer hulls. So your vang and your downhaul run through those two jam cleats, whereas for the older hulls, your downhaul runs through, but your vang does not. Just keep note. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.